Hey, thank you so much for joining me. This is Amy L, and you found Healthier with Amy L. What we're doing for this 8-week challenge is a walking challenge. But listen, you can start anytime you want. You can modify this. I've got tons of ways to modify it if you're not quite up to what we're doing this week. This is week 3. And again, you can go back and look. I've got a whole playlist, so you can do this 8 weeks whenever you want. But if you're following along with me, then listen, guys, at the end of this week, you will have gone almost 9 miles. Not all in this week, but adding it up. An idea for you is to have a little reward. So 6 miles away from the Bel Air store is Regal Cinemas. So maybe this week you take yourself out to the movies to celebrate or have a movie night at home because you've been doing really good. We're a quarter of the way through this challenge. So for today's video, I'm going to just very simply give you what the steps are for this week, and then we're going to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to teach you one method to make this more, to make it more than just a daily walk, but be a ritual that can really increase your happiness in your life. And as everything, just give it a try. See if it's for you or not. But let's get to it. So for this week's challenge, we're only going to do 3 days. So last week we did 4 days. We're bringing it back, but keeping the distance the same. So we're going to do 3 days, 1 day, 15 minutes, 2 day, 15 minutes. Your third day, you're going to bump it up to 20 minutes. So it's going to look like this. 1 day at 15, 1 day at 15, 1 day at 20. So that's it. We're just getting to the 20-minute mark. But 2 of the days are just 15. That's going to give you the same mileage as what we did last week, but condense it so that way we're working on your stamina just a little bit. Here's the thing I wanted to talk to you about. There's a lot of people who get a lot of joy in doing a morning ritual. And I'm all about multitasking, trying to get as much done in as little time as possible and doing things that get me real results. So here's something I've been incorporating. It fits really nicely with what we've been doing in workshops. So you can see if it's for you. I like to choose my focus. And if I choose my focus at the beginning of the day, it makes the rest of my day run just a little bit smoother. So I tend to do my walks in the morning and combine it with this little thing I do. I like to start doing those 3 good things, working on gratitude for the first 5 minutes of my walk. So, and sometimes it's a little bit less, but I start walking and then start going through the things you're grateful for. When you're in a place of gratitude, it makes everything else seem possible. It makes worries not so big. It makes solutions rise to the surface. So I like to try to get my mind in a state of gratitude by spending the first 5 minutes of a walk focused on what am I grateful for? What are some things that are going on that I'm happy about or I'm pleased with? Then I spend the next 5 minutes of my walk kind of visualizing what I want, kind of planning, daydreaming, thinking about all the possibilities. And my mind's already in a good place from coming from the gratitude. Then I open it up and I say, what is it that I want? Then spend the next 5 minutes of the walk kind of planning your day because you're in a good place from the gratitude. You've got these great dreams and things that you want, and then you can start to plan it. So if you spend the next 5 minutes, which for a 15-minute walk is the final 5 minutes, planning out your day. So for some of us, that's meal planning. It's saying, what am I going to eat for the day? How is that going to work? For other people, it's figuring out what do I need to do just in terms of logistics. But coming from that place seems to make it a little bit easier. So here's the idea: 5 minutes of gratitude, 5 minutes of dream, and 5 minutes of plan. I'm a big fan of podcasts and audiobooks and stuff, but this is another way if you want to multitask your your walk, this would be a way to do it, that you could start doing that. And since we've got 2 15-minute walks this week, it's a good time to give it a try and see if it's for you or not. I hope you'll join me next week as we work on week 4, and I'll have new ideas for what we can do to make it interesting. And I'll try to remember to subscribe hit this button, which should be over here, and then I'll have the next 2 videos up over here so you can look back at things that might be interesting to you. I hope you're enjoying this. I am. Thank you.